Now I got something to show you, and it's gonna be something momentous. Hello everybody, it's me, the Excellent Reviewer, and guess what? The Dominion pay-per-view event is upon us. So without further ado, it is time for me to give my excellent predictions for the show, and we have a stacked card to get to. So without further ado, let's get on with it. With the first match, it being David Finlay, Young Lion Shota Umino, and Tomoyuki Oka against the Young Lion team of Hirai Kawato, Katsuya Kitamaru, and Tetsuhiro Yagi. Nailed it. Six-man tag team action, just normal match, and I'm going to go with the team of David Finlay, Umino, and Oka because logic dictates, since Kitamura, who is, by the way, the Japanese Brock Lesnar, if you don't know, he has been sort of on a losing streak, and even though he pulls off a impressive performance every single now and then, it seems like he always loses. So, for that reason alone, I'm going to say that David Finlay, Umino, and Oka take that win. Next, we have Hiroyoshi Tenzan, Jushin Thunder Liger, Manuba Nakanishi, Satoshi Kojima taking on Tiger Mask W, Toge Makabe, and Yuji Nagata. I apologize for the fans of New Japan if I butcher their names. As you can tell, I am not from Japan. I've never been to Japan. I was born here in the United States of America. But this is an 8-man tag team action, and I haven't seen Yuji Nagata in a while, and I haven't seen Toge Makabe in a while either. So why not have them win? I'm just going to say right now that the team of Toge Makabe, Yuji Nagata, and the two Tiger Masks win, because guess what? That's a lot of star power to overcome. Not only do you have the former IWGP Heavyweight Champions, Yuji Nagata, my bad, and Toge Makabe, but you have two Tiger Masks in there. Two Tiger Masks, and that is an amazing dream team right there. So for that reason alone, I'm going to say Tiger Mask W, Tiger Mask, Toge Makabe, and Yuji Nagata secure the win for this match. Los Ingobernables de Japón, Evil, Sanada, and Bushi take on the Bullet Club, Bad Luck Fale, Hangman Page, and Yujiro Takahashi, and Chaos, Tomohiro Ishii, Toru Yano, and Yoshihashi, and Suzuki Gun, Taichi, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and Zack Sabre Jr., and Taguchi Japan, Juice Robinson, Ricochet, and Ryusuke Taguchi in a gauntlet match for the never open weight 6-man tag team championships on the line. Now that is a lot for Los Ingobernables to overcome, and as much as I love seeing them and every single member of LIJ draped in gold, chances aren't in their favor because, well, that's a lot of teams that they've got to combat against, and it's going to be even bad, it's going to be even worse if they are the first team to start it, which chances are that's going to happen. But I remain hopeful that LIJ can pull it off somehow, that they can retain, and I'm going to say that they retain the tag team titles. I mean, they haven't, been held onto them very long. They've been trading them back and forth with Taguchi Japan, but let's have them have a long, synchronized reign. So why don't we have that? And why don't we have Los Ingobernables retain and hold on and make sure that they're a stable that is dominant and a stable that no one can touch by letting them keep the 6-man never openweight championships. After that, we have Roppongi Vice as they defend their IWGP Junior Tag Team Championships against the Young Bucks in a rematch from Wrestle Kingdom 11. And I honestly don't see what else the Young Bucks can do with the tag titles. I mean, especially with the fact that they are already Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions and the Superkick Champions of the world. That's one of the most prestigious tag team titles of all time, being Superkick Champions of the world. And as much as I would like to go back to that era, where they were all draped in tag team gold galore, I just don't think that they can do much with the titles. I just think that, honestly, Roppongi Vice are going to retain because, guess what? Everyone loves Roppongi Vice as much as they love the Young Bucks in Japan. But, honestly, I feel as though Roppongi Vice have a good, long way and could do something useful with those tag team titles that the Young Bucks can't do quite just yet. So I'm going to say that Roppongi Vice retains. War Machine defend their IWGP Tag Team Championships against the Guerrillas of Destiny in this match. And I'll tell you this, for War Machine right now, they have been phenomenal and great champions. And I didn't think that they would hold on to the titles as long as they have been holding on to them. But you gotta believe. You've gotta believe. And I'm putting little seeds of doubt into your mind because you gotta believe that War Machine, their time is running out. Since they don't work fully for New Japan, they're in there a partnership with Ring of Honor. So there's going to be a time when their time comes to an end as tag team champions. But I honestly don't think it's going to be to the Guerrillas of Destiny at this point. I think it's going to be a different team, a team that deserves those tag team championships more than Guerrillas of Destiny. And now I'm not trying to say that the Guerrillas of Destiny aren't worthy, but they've had their time in the sun. Let's make new stars, especially in New Japan Pro Wrestling. So I'm going to say that War Machine retain for just a little longer, and then they lose the titles to a worthy and deserving tag team. And after that, we have Cody Rhodes going up against Michael Elgin. And this was a match that surprised me because I didn't expect it to happen, basically. But I honestly think it's going to be a really good match. I mean, just the raw wrestling ability of Cody Rhodes against the brute strength of mean Michael Elgin. And it seems that it's going to be a match that delivers and it can add to Cody's repertoire along with Michael Elgin because both of them are capable of having good matches. It only makes sense to put them together to make even better matches. But honestly, for my prediction, I am going to say that Michael Elgin's strength, because if you recall with his 5-star match with Tetsuya Naito, it was overwhelming to say the least. So I'm going to say that his strength is going to play a factor in this match. And I'm going to say that his strength is what's going to utilize him to get that win against Cody Rhodes. So I'm going to say Michael Elgin takes this win. Hiromu Takahashi, Kushida go one-on-one once again for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title. Now, the last time that these two wrestled each other in a match, it lasted less than a minute. And let's just hope that this time, that this match lasts a little longer and that we can see the two masterclass that these two will put on. Because every single time these two clash in the ring, they put on a masterclass. And Hiromu Takahashi has been an amazing IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. And Kushida, he earned the right to face Takahashi by winning the Best of the Super Juniors 24. And this is going to be their third encounter in recent memory. And I think, and I say boldly, that we are going to have a new IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. Because when you have a series like this, like the fact of Hiromu Takahashi and Kushida, you have them going back and forth. One of those times, it's going to be Kushida that wins. One of those times, Kushida is going to win. And one of those times, the title will be on the line. And I'm going to call it, I'm going to say right now, that this is the time that Kushida wins it back. And it's going to make stars out of both of them. Because you could have this series continue. But, for right now, I'm going to say that Kushida regains it. Because he has everything to gain. He has everything to gain. After that, we have Minoru Suzuki taking on Hiroki Goto in a lumberjack death match for the Never Open Weight Championship. Now, when I first heard about this, I just heard Firstly, I just heard Minoru Suzuki, Hiroki Goto. Okay, that's fine. Rematch of their last match. But then I heard the stipulation. Lumberjack Death Match. Now, generally in New Japan, when a title is defended, it's typically a one-on-one match, and they rarely use a stipulation of any kind. I mean, if we look back to Dominion, I believe last year or a couple years before, it was Michael Elgin against Kenny Omega for the Intercontinental Championship, and that was the first time that they, in New Japan's pro wrestling history, had used a stipulation of a ladder match. So, it's weird that New Japan is having this Lumberjack Death Match. It's weird, but I love it. Anything with Minoru Suzuki, I absolutely love it. And I'm going to say that Minoru Suzuki retains the title because he literally is the best thing that has ever happened to that title. And he could hold that title for 10 years. Hell, he could hold that title until he's 95 and still make it so interesting and so captivating because he is literally the best thing in the world. And let me tell you something else. That evil laughter that he has, it is absolutely the best thing in the world right now. If you haven't heard it, look it up right now. It is literally the best thing in the world. Tetsuya Naito, Hiroshi Tanahashi, IWGP Intercontinental Championship. This is another Wrestle Kingdom 11 rematch, and this match has been highly anticipated, especially by me. And as stated on this channel, I truly believe that Hiroshi Tanahashi will be our new IWGP Heavyweight Champion, because Naito has been nothing but phenomenal as champion. But his time with the belt has come. His time with the belt has ended. He's had a long, prestigious reign, and it's time to give it up to Hiroshi Tanahashi. And even in recent interviews, one of the things that's going to play into this is the fact of how he treats the belt. He had a recent interview, and once he finished with that interview, he just left the title. He has broken it and demolished the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. Now, Hiroshi Tanahashi, if he can claim it, and I think he will claim it, if he's able to do that, then he can restore the prestige because Tetsuya Naito has been on a rampage disrespecting the title left and right, and I honestly think that people and the wrestlers are tired of seeing it, especially in a storyline, how he has treated the second most prestigious belt in New Japan history. So, I'm going to say that Hiroshi Tanahashi takes it. He brings back, with love and energy, that prestige that the Intercontinental Championship had. And once Tetsuya Naito is done with his time with the Intercontinental Championship belt, he can move on to greater things. And yes, I do mean the IWGP Heavyweight title. And speaking of that title, we now get to the main event. When Kazuchika Okada takes on Kenny Omega once again for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship and what is the most anticipated rematch in recent memory. And let me be frank when I say that I love Okada. I think currently he is the best generation of wrestler that we have ever had. And I know I messed that up, but he is the best wrestler of our current generation, and he's proven himself to everyone that he could bring prestige to the title, and he and everyone in New Japan love him because why? He's a great wrestler, he's a great talker, he is a great everything when it comes to being a professional wrestler. But even though he's champion now, Kenny Omega's time has come for that title because it comes to the point that what else can Okada bring to the title? I mean, he's had an amazing reign. But what else can he bring to the title? What is something new that he can bring to the title? What is something new that he can bring to the title? I honestly don't know what else he can bring to the title. But you bring in Kenny Omega. You bring him in, he can add so much to the title, especially now that New Japan is trying to get global. New Japan is trying to get global and is trying to branch out to the American market and to all different sorts of markets. So imagine this, the G1 special in Los Angeles next month. You have, even though he's not even American, you have Kenny Omega as the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. If you have that, then you have someone that the audience in America can relate to. Oh, someone that speaks English, someone who is American. Well, even though he's not American, he's Canadian, but still someone that speaks English who can go out there and he can broadcast, he can lengthen, he can expand New Japan Pro Wrestling if he is our IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Not to mention, 2016 was Kenny Omega's year. No one had a better year than Kenny Omega, aside from Tetsuya Naito, but that's not the point. But Kenny Omega, if he were to have the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, he can bring so many people into New Japan Pro Wrestling. Look at this guy. He can talk. He's a hell of a guy. And we can understand him without subtitles, because that's another thing that plays into it, is because of the fact that people watching New Japan Pro Wrestling, the newbies who are starting to watch New Japan Pro Wrestling, they don't want that hurdle of trying to understand what they're saying with the subtitles. When watching live broadcasts, they don't want to have to, hear what the announcers have to say about that. So you have Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega, who can clearly talk well enough for the audience at home. That would just be an amazing, amazing thing. So I'm going to say that they have more to gain with Kenny Omega being our IWGP Heavyweight Champion. And I'm going to say that Kenny Omega is going to be our new IWGP Heavyweight Champion. And if he doesn't win it, then, he's just going to win the IWGP United States Championship, even though he's not American. He's going to win it because they want someone to head up, America. So, either way, Kenny Omega is going to have a championship soon in his future. And I can't wait to see what he does with either the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, which he should have, or the IWGP United States Championship. It's going to be an amazing match either way. But I'm going to say Kenny Omega takes the cake. Whoo! Now that's a long video, I realize that now, but this is a stacked card. This is a stacked card, Dominion 2017. I think I might have even outstacked last year's Dominion card. But this is a stacked card. And honestly, I'm going to say that this is going to be one hell of a show, and it might even rival Wrestle Kingdom. Probably not, but it might rival it because of this amazing stacked card. Well, and that's been it for my official predictions for Dominion 2017. Do me a favor, let me know what you guys think about my predictions, and let me know what your predictions are in the comments section below. And if you want to see more content like this, and you want to see it on a daily basis, you can't get enough of the excellent reviewer, you can't get enough of this guy, you can't get enough of this must-see, sexy, amazing, excellent person, then you're going to want to make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. You're going to do all that great stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Samuel V, aka The Excellent Reviewer, and I will see you all as soon as I can.